Welcome back to the Compressor Guru. Folks, today isn't exactly a DIY thing, but it is educational in the air compressor world respect. So, we have a plant we're working with right now. They're a longtime customer, and they have to have air 24/7, 365, no matter what. This place basically never shuts down. On rare occasion, they do. But when I say rare occasion, twice a year for 24 hours, maybe. So this is a crucial system. And the old system was a pair of compressors, identical. They were screw compressors. You had a primary and a secondary, or the drawing is an A and a B. And then it dumped into a 200-gallon tank. And if the maintenance guys weren't there, the system, if it went down, the system would send them an alarm to their cell phone saying, "Hey, the air quit." And they had about 40 minutes to get there till the system was empty, and they were in trouble. And one of them lives more than an hour away, and the other one lives just 40 minutes away. And so, you know, it was a real nerve-wracking thing to keep these things running 24/7. Now, only one of the machines had to run. So your primary machine, we'll call A, it has a lot of hours, and they're getting ready to replace it. And the B machine has some hours because we've actually been alternating them from week to week, turning one on and having the other as a backup. But they are going to replace their primary, and they wanted to know what we could recommend to take some nerve-wracking off of them. Now, we did a time study on it, and I'm just going to use numbers here, round numbers, because I don't want to go down into the weeds trying to explain this, but we did a time study on it, and we are looking at needing to have 10 horsepower 24/7, 365. So the primary compressor, we're going to call a 10 horsepower now, even though it's sized bigger, and it's actually the B compressor is going to become what we're now going to call the trim compressor. And this is normally a term used in turbochargers, but this can be used in air systems. So we're going to make the B compressor the new primary, permanent primary compressor. And when it needs replaced, we'll replace it with a 10 horsepower, so it's sized exactly for what the plant uses 24/7, 365. Now, you say we're going to upgrade? Well, yes. We are going to make the current compressor the trim compressor, and we're going to put a pair of 15 horsepower recips in. And the recips, labeled 1 and 2 here, are going to act as a primary and a secondary after the trim compressor. Now, why do we have 3 compressors when the first one takes care of the plant? Well, on those rare occasions that couple times a year they shut down, or extraordinary operations, which does happen, they need more air than the trim compressor can manufacture. So we are going to put a pair of 15 horse machines in and tie them into the system. The other thing we're doing is we're going to take the 200-gallon tank out, and we're putting a 1,000-gallon tank in. So if the machines all shut down for whatever weird reason, if the machines all go down, that extends their 40-minute no time to the machines are down till when they can get there. It extends it greatly. So we've added 800-gallon of reserve or reservoir into the system. We have a third machine that will be set up in series. The trim's going to run full time. If the trim machine gets outrun, number one will kick in. If they're both being outrun, number two will kick in. And the only time number two is ever going to kick in is when they're restarting the plant those couple times a year. But they actually have to have that much air a couple times a year. So they're spending tens of thousands of dollars to revamp this compressor room. So I just want to introduce you to a concept with a trim machine. We're bidding this process right now. I don't really have competition in the bid, but we're just too honest for our own good. We're going to sharpen the pencil for them and make it as competitive as possible. And just wanted to give you a concept on another type of compressor system. We've talked many times about having a primary and a secondary compressor. This system still has that, but it now has a trim compressor, which is actually going to be the very first compressor it runs, and that the machine that we're leaving in there has 20,000 hours on it, and they're going to probably run it till it has 40,000 hours and then replace that machine. And the other two compressors, they're probably never going to replace, or not in my lifetime. But the trim machine, we're going to size a screw exactly to what the plant needs, so that screw will run 100% wide open 24/7, 365. Guys, wanted to introduce this concept to you. Don't worry, we are working on compressors here. We have saylor beals to rebuild for the camera, but our life's been a little bit complicated. And my electrical engineer, the electric guru, Eric, we're still trying to get him out of rehab. He's not on the wild turkey. He's having shoulder problems. And anyway, say a prayer for him. And thank you. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTubey things. And let me know what you think about this concept in the comments. If you've ever heard of this, or if you've ever seen this, let me know in the comments what you've seen, where you've seen it, or if what you think we might be able to do to improve this concept. Now, I didn't give you all the details, but I'd like to hear from you. God bless. Have a great day.